Starting a live broadcast is it's difficult. You never know when it's actually gonna start. You never know when to start talking. So I guess we'll just start like this. Happy holidays, everybody. It's December 22nd, 2016. I'm Loki Hates You, and we're going to give some advice today. Our first question is going to be from Chris, as it has been for the last 2 weeks, and that's great. Or last two broadcasts, I guess, which is really only over the course of 1 week. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is Chris should be calling in soon. I've just sent him a invitation to join in, so long as he clicks that link in a timely manner. He will be here, and we will do a real chat about it. We're gonna have a whole thing about it. So hi to Carol, Luke, Wraith, Nikki, Luke again, Karen, Candace, and yeah, that's everybody. I found several cards like that at the store yesterday. Well, Wraith, I can tell you firsthand. Hey, Jamie, it is certainly the gift that keeps on giving. I don't know where Marcy found that card, but it is now the gold standard for everything for me, honestly. It's just how it needs to be. Someone asked me the other day, hey, do you like Christmas carols? And I said, only if they're sung by dogs. Hey, Chris.
How's it going?
Doing all right. Hold on, let me turn you up a little bit on my speakers. How's the weather looking over in Florida today?
Well, as you can see for yourself, it's nice and sunny.
That's nice. It's actually, it was raining here all early morning into today, into the late morning. But as of right now, it's also sunny here in Los Angeles. So, Chris, you've called in a couple of times. We don't really need to do a whole ton of chit-chat. Do you want to jump into what's on your mind as far as your advice?
Well, pretty much everything else is just going good. Can't complain.
Yeah.
The question at hand, just to get it out of the way. We all know that next week is New Year's. It's a big party time of the year. How does one able to celebrate New Year's without getting into too much trouble?
So here we go. That's our question for today from Chris. Well, Chris, what did you do? Let's say, what's your normal New Year's celebration look like?
Pretty much either working or staying at home. Yeah, it's kind of boring.
So, I mean, are you a drinker? Are you a party guy? Do you like to dance? What do you enjoy doing?
Well, I'm definitely not a drinker, that's for sure. But I would like, I just like to be in public places, with large crowds, just celebrating like everyone else for the end of the year.
Okay, so you want to socialize.
Yes, socialize.
Do you prefer a smaller setting like a house party, or would you rather be at like a large, almost like a New Year's Eve ball drop in Times Square sort of thing? What's your preference?
Well, if I was living in New York, definitely I'll be there at Times Square, that's for sure. But since I'm stuck in the South, I have to find places that are celebrating New Year's pretty much around here.
Well, you know what they say. Not a lot of balls dropping in Florida. I don't.
Well, what can I say? When you live in a state that's shaped like a dick, you're bound to get fucked in the ass. I mean, I don't mean to be blunt, but that's basically what
All
that's.
right. Well, we'll leave the balls jokes and dick jokes to me, Chris. Come on now.
Oh, come on, you have to admit that one was good. That one was good.
Oh yeah,
But
that was
anyway,
artistry at its best.
yeah. But anyway,
So I mean, you phrase this like you're typically getting in trouble on New Year's, where if you step out of the house, you're gonna immediately end up in handcuffs because you're a real rager kind of guy. Um,
well, like I said, I don't drink, but it's kind of like since this is the first time I actually have New Year's off. I want to know what I just want, cut loose and just celebrate that this god awful year is going to be over.
well, you don't drink. Are you a fighter? Do you like to get? Do you usually
Oh
find
no,
yourselves getting into fisticuffs when you go into public places?
no, that wouldn't involve alcohol, which I
Some people
don't
can
do.
fight without alcohol. I've seen it happen.
Trust me, I'm not much of a fighter. I'm more like the type of guy that likes to avoid that sort of thing.
I was hoping for another answer because my original inclination on this one was to say, if you want to stay out of trouble and you're not going to be drinking on New Year's, stay with the people who get in the least trouble, and as a matter of fact, are on the other side of it. And what I would say is, get on a bus. I know you're not in a current driving position right now. You get on a bus, go on a walk, you get out there on the streets. Florida's not like New York where you can go to a massive public gathering. There's really not, as far as I know, an epicenter maybe anywhere near you to do that
Well,
kind of thing.
I'm not too far from the beach, and there's always something happening there, pretty much 24/7.
Well, have you heard about anybody doing the beach thing on New Year's?
Not yet. That's why I'm asking around right now.
It's worth a shot. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is you get out there and find yourself some police officers. And you walk right up to them and say, happy holidays and happy new year to you officers. I want to help. I know you guys are going to be dealing with a lot of drunk people tonight, and just be like, listen, I'm a good person. I'm stone sober. I'm a lover, not a fighter, and I want to help enforce the law tonight. And then once you're speaking to the police officers, make it clear. Just be like, I've got a gun, and reach directly into your pocket, because it's speaking their language. Police officers love to know whether or not you have a gun, and so walk right up to them. Hi, my name's Chris. I want to help. I've got a gun. Reach into the pocket, and yeah, I mean that's the universal sign for a helpful citizen alert. And cops are like, boom, like, let's go, partner, and you jump in the squad car with them, and everybody, you shoot out the window, like you just hang one hand out the window and just like fire off a couple into the midnight air as you ride towards freedom and liberty town, and you just bust some perps. You get out there. You can't get in trouble when you are the one getting other people in trouble. You are the law at that point, and you've been officially deputized as soon as the cops know that you're a well-intentioned do-gooder. However, your inclination not to fight, I mean, they're gonna want somebody who's like, hey, I want to get out there, I want to find some drunkards, some winos and some lushes. I want to find some people who are getting rowdy, and I want to put them down. Downtown. I'm talking way downtown, and I don't know if you're up to that. That's the real question.
Well, I definitely had in one of my old previous jobs when I used to work at a hospital. We definitely this town definitely has its share of winos, drunks, and just plain dumbasses. One time I remember this one guy who came in drunk, so drunk, but dressed up in a pink gorilla suit. Welcome to Jupiter, Florida.
So, I mean, there's your in. It's even more flavor text for your introduction to the police officers. Hey, officers, my name is Chris. I've got a gun. I just came from the hospital, and I fought a pink gorilla. Let's do it. You reach for the pocket and you pull out. I mean, it doesn't even really have to be a gun. It could be a knife. Anything that you think would help you enforce the law. Cops love that stuff, and they want to see, they want to see that you're bringing your own equipment, because it's not coming out of the state's pocket, that's for sure. Their budget's been cut already. The commissioner is, up in arms about a lot of things right now, and he can't be supplying civilians with guns so that they can assist police officers on New Year's Eve, bringing in those perps. But the beach, I think, is an interesting angle, too. What do you think a New Year's Eve celebration at the beach looks like?
A lot of fireworks, a lot of dancing, a lot of bonfires. Basically, everyone getting together, just have a good time,
Well, I think the fire route is a great thing to go down as well, where, you're ready to party on New Year's, as everyone is. So head down to the beach, and if you can actually figure out how to make a working, lasting torch, like in an old, Temple Explorer movie, I would say dress up in a dark-colored robe with your face covered, and just bear that torch and slowly approach any other beachgoers, holding a torch with your face completely concealed by, a heavy woolen robe. That, in my experience, is a great way to make friends and show that, it's kind of a toga party, but a little more involved. You're like, hey, I'm here for the toga party. Also, I brought my full-size, 4-foot torch that's lit with, some sort of, flammable liquid-covered rag, or I don't know, tallow? What's the animal fat that you burn and it lasts a long time? Just get out there in those robes. Don't immediately... The thing about approaching other people that aren't cops is you want to say nothing. With a cop, standard greeting is, hi, my name's Chris. I've got a gun. I just came from the hospital fighting a gorilla. I've got a gun and a knife. And it's a sexy knife, and I've got a knife, and I want to help you. I want to fight all the crime. But with a normal civilian interaction, you want to be completely silent, and just approach from far a distance, or even just, you could approach from much closer and just come around the side of a building or from behind a tree, and just hold the torch, and when you get about 5 feet away from them, stand completely still. I'm sure you've seen the photos of people who make a lot of friends by dressing as scary clowns. It's that same...
Oh, yeah. I heard a lot about that this year.
Yeah, are you down with the clown?
No.
Okay, so that's not your circle. That's not that's not the party you want to go to, but definitely find yourself a New Year's toga party and get in there with a wrought iron, tallow burning torch, for sure. That's going to be a successful New Year's for you, hands down.
Yeah. I'm definitely down with meeting with celebrities. I once met Burt Reynolds at the hospital.
Well, where do you met Burt Reynolds?
This was back in 2010. He had a nasty slip and fall. And the funniest thing is, I didn't know that was Burt Reynolds. I kind of went up to him and said, you look a lot like Burt Reynolds. Have you ever thought about getting hired to be an impersonator? And then one of the nurses came by, pulled me by the arm and said, that is Burt Reynolds. And I said, oh. And I went and I turned to Burt Reynolds and said, I love you in Cannonball Run.
Well, that's great. I'm sure that's a very respectful way to approach a celebrity. And I think if you're going to go celebrity hunting, on New Year's, maybe that's something you should try to find a commonality with any celebrity you're trying to find where, a fish wants to associate with other fish. So if you want to get out there and meet Burt Reynolds again, fake mustache. That'll do it every time where you just... You get out there with your fake mustache. That's like a Burt Reynolds mating call. I mean, obviously, he's not going to mate with you. He's got a lot going on in his life right now, I'm sure. But you get yourself a big old bushy mustache.
He's not exactly in his 20s anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah, but he's Burt Reynolds, you know.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many celebrities live in Jupiter, especially on Jupiter Island, pretty much by the beach.
I always thought Jupiter was a weird name for a town in Florida.
Well, it's not a planet, but you kind of feel like you're on one.
I don't know. Wasn't it reclassified as a planet?
No, that was Pluto.
Oh, that's right.
I think Jupiter's big enough to be a planet. Trust me, in space, size matters.
What lovely patter you and I have, Chris. Anyways, so I hope that helps. Basically, the moral of the story is if you're going to go out on New Year's, you need to have some sort of olive branch to extend to the demographic that you're looking for. If you're feeling feisty, get out there with those cops. Let them know you're heavily armed and you want to be a crime fighter vigilante type. And I think they'll take you in with open arms. And if you just want to go to the beach, heavy woolen monk robes with a lit wrought iron torch will get you in there every time, and it'll make you friends at parties and just generally be a real icebreaker for the conversation. Literally, you could break ice with a flaming piece of metal. So, I mean, literally and figuratively.
But I have a sidekick who's a drunk pink monkey, so there you go.
Do you have someone you want to bring with you? Because plus ones are a totally different situation.
No, but I wish I could.
Well, you get yourself a plus one this year, and then next year you can RSVP with your plus one, and everybody will. You know, everyone loves a duo, so get on top of that, and I don't know, we'll be broadcasting again before New Year's, so we won't find out immediately, but I expect you to fulfill these advisages to the fullest.
No problem.
All right, Chris.
Bill, I thank you for everything.
Have a good night.
All right, take care, Bill. Talk to you soon.
Peace.
Peace.
Okay, so that was Chris. And I think, Chris has some great questions coming in, and I hope you guys keep them coming. So the next one's from Nikki, who is here. And Nikki, as far as I know, you're not interested in calling in because it didn't say anything about it in the email. So let's get right to Nikki's question. Let's see what people are saying online. Wet and windy, never catch me. Okay. So, Nikki, if you want to actually do the call with me right now... Oh, okay. I'll send you an invite. That sounds great. Let's see what we can make happen here. So, Nikki, I've sent you a link to your email. No, I didn't. No, Nikki, do not reply to that link. Hold on a second. I sent you the wrong... That's just going to bring you back to the video you're currently watching. Hold on just a minute. Man, where is it? There it is. Okay. So, I want to add copy link to share. Very good. And then close that. This is why I need a producer for this show. It's, gets pretty rough. Okay. Nikki, now I've sent you an email. I also have another email from Maggie, also known as Jamie. Okay, that's not actually advice, though. That's fine. Okay, so Nikki, we're only going to do a half an hour today, so you'll probably be the last one that calls in for the day. However, we don't We don't have to do an hour-long broadcast to have a good time. That's what the song says, right? All right, there she is. Hey, Nikki.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right. Yourself?
I'm good. What would you like to? Are we going to be talking about the thing that you sent in the email about?
Sure. That would be definitely helpful. I need help with this.
Okay, so let's hear you phrase it.
I used to go to the gym. I enjoyed it. My work schedule made it so that I couldn't anymore. And now that I have a little bit more free time, I don't necessarily want to go back to the gym, but I want to get back into exercising regularly. The problem is I am very lazy. If I don't have to get out of bed in the morning, I don't. But that means that pretty much I get up and I go to work. So I want to find a way to get me out of bed to exercise. Some kind of motivation outside of just exercising.
What does exercise look like for you? Is it a lot of cardio? Is it yoga? Is it hula hooping? Is it jump roping?
Free weights. Some. I used to do Zumba.
What?
That was kind of fun.
What's Zumba?
It's like dancing, but exercise oriented. It's cardio.
Was dancing more fun for you than just going to a gym and, looking in the mirror?
Yeah. Just because it was something I enjoyed. It was more the group element that everyone was just flailing around crazy. It was a class.
Okay, so you almost liked being in a group activity more than the actual aspect of dancing. You just like kind of having the solidarity of everyone's here doing the same thing, and I don't feel like a weird person.
Yeah.
Okay. What time do you usually get up in the morning?
Like I said, when I have to go to work, I have shift work, so it changes every day.
Oh no.
Sometimes I don't get out of bed till 2.
Well, I am much like you. The way I like to phrase it is, I'm a real slut for sleep. I will sleep. I'll sleep during the day and then at night as well. I will sleep in and then I'll go to bed early. I just really like.
Sleep is a wonderful thing.
It's the best feeling in the world.
It is, especially when you have a good mattress.
Yeah, I'm running a gamut of mattress swapping right now. You know those like 100-night trials you can get with the foam mattresses online that ship to you free and stuff? You ever heard of any of those?
Yes.
I'm on my third one of those right now. These free trials are really saving me a ton of money on buying a mattress because I'm renting mattresses probably for the next couple of years if these companies keep popping up.
That's the way to go. That's smart.
Okay. So you need to get into the habit of daily working out. What's your work schedule look like? How many hours a week do you work?
Anywhere from 20 to 35 usually. So not bad. I'm just lazy.
That's not.
It's awkward.
Do you only choose to work 25 as opposed to 40?
I take as many hours as they give me. Just they don't give me much.
Is it like retail or what kind of work is it?
Yeah, retail. I smile for a living at Hallmark.
Oh, Hallmark.
Yes.
Does Hallmark have anything in stock along the lines of
Yes.
like this thing?
Yeah, I'm actually. If it says Hallmark on the back, I think we have.
Don't interrupt this. Just give this a moment, please. Thank you. Come on, you work at Hallmark. You know better than that.
Yeah, I should know better. Yeah, but
so you work at Hallmark. Is that mostly greeting cards you're selling, or is it mostly Christmas ornaments?
both. We're a larger store, so we have everything.
Okay. Do you work every day, just short shifts?
No. Not every day.
So something like 3 days a week?
Between 3 and 5.
Okay. Here's what I would say is, what other stuff do you have on your days off? What's your day off look like?
Sleep as long as I can, family obligations, video game playing, YouTube watching. Every other week I managed to go play D&D with my buddies. So.
Do you play Pokemon Go?
I used to. I got bored because it was the same thing over and over again. It might drag me back in with this new Gen 2 stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Pokemon Go has really held on to its playership so much.
No.
So, I think that what you're looking for in a workout experience is what you need is regimentation. That's
Yes.
something where you got to be like, okay, you know what? If I don't exercise between at least 11 a.m. and noon every day, then I'll consider that day to be a complete write-off, and I have to like make some sort of penance for that somehow. Whether that means like you promise that you're going to donate $20 to charity if every day you miss a workout, or if you're going to be like, oh, you know what, like I got to pay it forward and like wash somebody's car every time I miss. Like find something that you're going to use that extra hour for. Or even if it's a creative work where you say, I didn't work out today, I'm going to write a short story and I have to dedicate 2 hours to that. At least be like a creative person who's making something. But
That actually sounds pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, and that's, that's a real thing. Like that's how when I do get into my more fitnessy times of my life, I have to set aside, okay, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. is usually good for me, right before I eat dinner, because then I'm not gonna like have a stomach full of food, which is a problem for me when I'm working out, but I'm also looking to do something, and then I'm gonna be hungry enough so that I have like the motivation to do it, and then go and immediately start eating, which is probably the way you're supposed to do it anyways. So what you like about the exercise that you have done is solidarity and sort of a fun, whimsical dancing style of activity. And I would say maybe the gym is a little too sterile for you. So, what area of the country are you in?
I'm in Ontario, Canada.
Oh, you're not even in this country. You're in another country.
No,
Okay.
I'm not American. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I love Canadians. They're great people. I would never want to endure winter again, so that excludes anywhere north of California.
There's a lot of snow here right now. We got like 2 feet over the past week.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Okay, we
I
won't.
don't even want to do that right with you right now. So, oh man, I wish it was warmer where you are. But like, if you can
I
manage
do walk to work.
Yeah, you go. Do you walk to work?
Yep, and it's uphill one way.
Okay, well that's a bit of a workout. So even if you're not going to walk to work, even if you don't have work, find a route that you like to walk, and that's obviously low impact. Just walking up and down a hill or whatever, like it's not the same as running 3 or 4 miles, and it's not the same as lifting weights, and it's not the same as using the machine. But if you really dedicate yourself to a time frame and a certain route to travel along, I think you can also dedicate yourself to saying, any person that I see on that walk, I'm going to dance with. And I mean, it can be anything, and it could be a learning experience for you too, where you say, I'm going to do like a classic box step with them. I'm going to do like a whole ballroom routine with them. If it's somebody who's like, maybe, very, very small, if it's like a child, do like a swing dance thing where you throw them and, you grab them by the hips and you swing them around. Like, and I mean, yes, if you walk down the street and you meet a child and you immediately pick them up and start swinging them around, or like, just spinning them around a lot, people are going to be upset at first.
They're going to be jealous.
They're going to
It's
be
like,
a little.
why are you swinging the child and not
They're gonna
me?
be like, oh my god, that's such a beautiful dance routine with that 7-year-old. Jelly. But you take whoever it is, whether they're young or old, rich or poor, I mean, homeless people, it'll be a real way to brighten up their day. And you just say, excuse me, sir or madam, would you care to dance? But by the time you're saying the word dance, you're already like hand on hip, hand in hand, like you're already in the swing of it and you're doing it. And they haven't agreed or disagreed. Like, consent is important, but everyone loves to dance. So consent is implied in this case. You're a person walking down the street. You've got beautiful blue hair.
Thank you.
And there's snow on the ground, and it's the best time for dancing. Winter.
Most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, everyone's bundled up. They're like, "Oh man, it is cold outside. I cannot wait to get home." Except in the situation where someone asks me on the street to go into a full-on rendition of the Nutcracker Suite, at which point I am not that excited to go home. I need to dance and sing, but mostly dance. Yeah. So that's my advice to you, is that you say 11 to noon, I'm gonna walk to the Blockbuster Video and back, because times are tough, and the only place in town to rent videos nowadays is a Blockbuster Video, and
We don't even have Blockbusters anymore.
well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. Times are tough.
Yeah.
Blockbuster's making a comeback. There's definitely a Blockbuster Video opening near you at some point. It's a real indication of the recession. But what do you? I mean, you think you can handle that? You think 1 hour a day?
I can certainly try.
Okay.
I can commit to an attempt.
So, and the other thing too is, feel free to come up with a great hashtag for it. Dancercise.
I think there's that already, maybe.
Dancercise. Yeah, that's almost definitely a thing. Maybe street meet dance heat. Street up meet up. Heat up the meet up with the dancing in the street up. We'll workshop it. The point is, you're out there and you're doing it. And it's at a set time every day. And if you don't do it, you don't punish yourself, but you do something else that's also beneficial. And I think generally being creative and being productive is going to help you get out there and do it. It's going to help you get out there and do something and feel good about it. I exercise more when I feel good about myself. And I exercise less as like the kind of depression fog sets in. So fighting depression is tough, and that's no joke. So please, get regimented, and I want you to succeed in this. Is there anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Nope. In the near future, I'm just going to be focusing on making time every morning to go dancing in the streets.
Is morning the time you want to do it, or is it afternoon that's better for you?
Probably better in the morning. Doing it before any obligations I have would probably work out better.
And get your D&D people involved in it too. It's called a party for a reason.
I could ask, but they probably won't.
Those guys know how to do the Carlton, for sure. So, is there anything you want to tell everybody who's watching right now?
Have a great holiday.
All right.
Whatever you celebrate.
What a great sentiment to leave on. And with that, I bid you farewell, Nikki. And
Bye.
I would also like to say happy holidays to everyone as we sign off. Miss you guys. Love you guys. Praise Jesus. Good night, everybody.